Yo, what's up guys, Goblin here, back to this new episode. In today's video, we're playing in the new global tournament, which just started a few minutes ago. Unfortunately, this time I will not be able to show you guys the best decks available for this global tournament since the game mode is triple draft. But in today's video, I'll try to kind of explain my thought process, give you guys some general tips and tricks how to do well in this global tournament. So I would say see you guys soon with game number 1. Okay, let's get started right away. So triple draft, as you guys can see, you can see the 3 cards you can choose from, but you can also see the opponent's 3 cards, which is also very important to always keep in mind. In my opinion, for example, knowing that he can have a tornado, knowing that he could have a potential win condition like a Hawk Rider, stuff like that, just in general, in my opinion, is kind of important. So I decided to pick Phoenix here. Phoenix is a very solid card in general. I'll try to give some general thought process, like some general tips and tricks in a minute, but at first I want to try and just explain the basic format. As you guys can see here, for example, the win conditions. Most of the people usually pick, kind of popular win conditions. So in this case, I feel like he's either gonna have or the Electro Giant, or in this case, probably the Hawk Rider. I'm actually gonna go, I kind of want to go Golem. Honestly, I already have a Fisherman, I already have a Prince, I have a Phoenix, I have very good support cards. For the Golem, I'm gonna pick the Goblin Gang here, and then for example, he can have Rage, Goblin Curse, or Arrow, so also very important to always keep in mind. I gotta speed up a little bit because I noticed that I only have 13 seconds left. So let's quickly go for the Snowball. I guess I'm gonna go with Fireball, because if not, the deck is gonna be very expensive. And last but not least, I'm gonna pick, let's just go for Heal Spirit. Honestly, to have the cycle a little bit quicker, we do have a Golem, which in the end is of course an 8 elixir cost card. So in my opinion, it's always very important to kind of make a deck which synergizes well. Of course, win conditions are one of the most important things, but also very important to think about, okay, what does my opponent potentially has as a win condition. For example, I already told you guys, most of the people are gonna go for a popular win condition, either Hawk Rider or what was it? I think the other card was an Electro Giant. In this case, he picked the Hawk Rider, which I guess was kind of obvious. So that's also why I decided to pick the Fisherman. Fisherman is just a very solid card in general. Does really well against the Hawk Rider, in this case to activate and defend. But also in some situations, it can easily defend, for example. I don't know, like it could really defend pretty much anything. Even an Electro Giant sometimes placed at the bridge, you can just go Fisherman here. If placed here, you can go Fisherman like this. If placed on the right side, you can go Fisherman here. And then you already end up defending it very easily. Okay, let's go with a Snowball here, trying to kill the bats. And then maybe the baby Phoenix can get a little bit of damage on the right side tower. He in the meantime spent a lot of elixir, by the way. He had to use the Hawk Rider defensively. Definitely not something you want to do. And then also another thing which I like kind of to keep in mind while playing the triple draft mode is just in general, what does my opponent think I have as well. Like sometimes I try to pick a little bit unpredictable. You don't always have to, especially the first couple of wins. I feel like people, I don't really think they're gonna think like that. But if you guys do advance quite a bit in the tournament, sometimes people will also try to, for example, counter, like the opponent now just picked the Hawk Rider. Like sometimes they actually go for maybe more of an unpredictable pick, just to not get fully countered, you know? Okay, let's in the meantime go with the Goblin Gang. Let's go with the Fireball here, killing the Dart Goblin and hitting the Night Witch. And then the Spear Goblins are gonna stay alive and potentially get a little bit of chip damage. Okay, so overall situation definitely very good. He does have the P.E.K.K.A. But if you guys notice, we didn't even play the Golem yet. But also wasn't really necessary. Like so far we were able to get a lot of damage just by... okay, nice. Let's go with Heal Spirit here. Hawk Rider does only get 1 shot. And then what I wanted to say is that we already got a lot of damage just by pressuring, defending with our support troops like the Prince, like the Phoenix, etc. Okay, so he does have P.E.K.K.A. I'm not sure what his other spell is gonna be. I don't think he showed a big spell yet, right? So I'm just gonna go with Prince here. I'm gonna try and support it as much as possible with the Phoenix, and I could potentially take away the P.E.K.K.A. Okay, that's actually a good idea, I think, here. Let's pull the P.E.K.K.A. away from the Golem. Let's go with the Goblin Gang here to surround the P.E.K.K.A. Make sure that the Fisherman stays alive. Golem in the meantime is able to get on top of the tower, and I think that should be a good game already. As you guys can see, Golemites are still alive. We have a double Prince on the field. We still have a Phoenix. We have another Phoenix right now. Another Fisherman. Man, we're destroying this guy at this point. I don't think he will be able to defend this double Phoenix, double Fisherman, double Prince push. What is even happening? That's a very nice win to start today's video. See you guys soon with game number 2. Okay, let's go guys. Hopping into the second draft. So also one of the most important things in general when drafting is just to think about solid cards in general. Like for example here, one of the best cards in the current meta has definitely been Cannon. Cannon is just super solid in general, has been in a lot of meta decks, cycle decks, but also some more heavier decks. So that's also another thing to kind of keep in mind. Okay, let's go with Electro Dragon. I feel like Electro Dragon is low-key pretty good in this game mode. Not every time the opponent is gonna have a good spell against it. And I guess we could maybe go, let's go with a Magic Archer here. Like sometimes there are some cards which don't really necessarily have to make a lot of sense together. You can also just sometimes go for kind of like comfort pick, I guess you could say. So win condition, I'm actually gonna go Ram Rider. I usually just think about the current meta and some cards which are, oh, looks like he does have Lightning, Rocket, and Void Spell, so that's kind of unfortunate for our Electro Dragon. He's most likely going to have, I would say that he's most likely going to have Lightning, so we need to be careful with that. Since we already have a building, since we already have a really solid defense, I guess I'm gonna go Lumberjack, which is a good synergy with the Ram Rider. I'm actually gonna go for NATO, because NATO with our deck does kind of make sense. And here I would say, I mean, he could have P.E.K.K.A. I guess maybe Recruits is better. I would have actually gone for the Giant Skeleton, but as soon as I saw his, yeah, how do you say, like, options, I feel like a lot of people would kind of go for the P.E.K.K.A., even though the normal recruits aren't that good, and the normal P.E.K.K.A. is, of course, yeah, then also not evolved, like not evolution P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. is still a very, yeah, popular card. Okay, so I guess we just wait a little bit to see what he does. We do have the recruits. Okay, he just goes for a graveyard just like that. Okay, I mean, I respect that. I respect. Wait, okay, this guy is not real. This guy is not real, guys. He just went graveyard first play, and then he lightninged our recruits. Like, what am I seeing right now? I mean, that's the global tournament, guys. Like, sometimes in game number 1, you will face Mohammed Light. Sometimes in game number 1, you will face Mr. Chow, which is gonna do a graveyard first play and then lightning your recruits. I mean, I respect it, man. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm speechless right now. Okay, in the meantime, we leave his left side tower down to 375 HP. Don't really have anything amazing to counter the Dark Goblin. And we activate the King Tower here, especially knowing that he has Graveyard. That's gonna be amazing for us. Very nice activation there with the Tornado. Okay, man, I'm still like kind of, how do you say, like shocked from his first play. He even sends emotes like, I mean, you just send the miner there. I mean, he of course didn't know that he has Tornado, but he should know if he kind of paid attention that it was one of my options. Like, that's why I say that it's so important to always think about the potential cards from your opponent. Like, if he paid close attention there, which obviously Mr. Chow in this case didn't, he could have known, like he could have known that we potentially could have a Tornado in there. So let's see, let's go with a cannon here in the meantime. We do have to be careful because this Mega Knight Goblin King push is kind of scary, but I think, yeah, we should be fine. In this case, we are gonna take a little bit of damage, but considering the overall situation, the overall match, perfect so far. Okay, so left side tower down, 525 HP left on his right side tower. And then also knowing that he has Graveyard, we have the King Tower activated. I don't really think that he could do much, to be honest. I guess we can just cycle on Electro Dragon here. He does have Lightning. If he wants to Lightning that, I'm totally fine with it. And then we can maybe go, let's wait a little bit and see. Okay, he does go with his Graveyard. I guess I'm just going to go with a Poison. And I'm going to go with Recruits as soon as possible. The Dark One is going to get a lot of damage, actually. Didn't really have the best cycle for it, like right there. But I think we still should be fine. Let's see what he's gonna do. Looks like he goes with a Lightning. I'm gonna go with a Ram Rider here. He does have Goblin Gang. I guess I'm just gonna go with a NATO offensively, which kind of seems, yeah, kind of strange. But in this case, the goal was just to, yeah, take the right tower as soon as possible. Let's go with a Lumberjack here. Recruits are gonna connect to the tower, and that will be very nice if it's gonna be another 3rd round for the tiebreaker. If you guys don't know, as soon as you start going to the top of the leaderboard in any global tournament, the tiebreaker is always based on crowns. Okay guys, hopping into game number 3, so kind of, yeah, repeating the strategy before. I always think about what could my opponent potentially have, what cards do I like to use, and just in general some strong, yeah, meta cards. If you guys, for example, know the current meta, do remember that there's no evolutions, but just in general, for example here, Demolisher in general is just a very versatile card. Like, in my opinion, it's not a bad card against a specific matchup, it's not a bad card against a specific card, just in general, very, yeah, solid card in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go with a Poison here. Looks like so far we have a pretty kind of Psycho deck. Looks like we have Guards, Ghost, or Valkyrie. I guess I'm gonna go Guards. Pretty defensive card, very solid card in general. And looks like he can have Lock, Goblin Curse, or Rage Spell. So also very important to always keep in mind like his potential spells. Okay, I'm kind of thinking about a Tornado here once again. Tornado is just very versatile. You can potentially activate the King Tower. And ooh, I would actually like to go for Electro Giant, even though Electro Giant with Poison isn't really the best card. But honestly, Electro Giant plus Tornado is just a great combination. You can use it on offense, you can use it on defense. And then here I'm gonna go with a Goblin Cage. And last but not least, I'm gonna pick... He could have the Lock. So I guess I'm gonna go Musketeer. I mean, if he has Rage or Goblin Curse, then to be honest, the Dark Goblin would have been amazing. But I would say that he's gonna go for the Lock. Like, thinking about those 3 cards, any, in my opinion, decent player would go for the Lock. I could be wrong. But if I'm not wrong, I guess he's gonna have the Lock. So it looks like he does go... Ooh, he goes with Golem first play. I mean, we did go for the Goblin Cage, so it's not like the worst play he could do, but it is kind of aggressive, I guess. Let's go with a Musketeer here into the left side lane. He has a decent profile, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw his profile, but he has a top, I think it was a top 500 something finish. So, not yeah, a Mr. Chow player, I guess. Let's go with an Electro Giant here. Ooh, nice Electro Giant. That's actually gonna take care of the Electro Dragon pretty well. Let's afterwards, okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this, to be honest. I don't really wanna, yeah, overspend on defense either. He also spent quite a lot of elixir. Oh, no way. Man, that Electro Dragon chain was actually so... I mean, I don't want to say lucky from him, but that was kind of lucky, like, I'm not gonna lie. But I guess it's fine. Let's in the meantime cycle cards here at the bridge just to continue cycling, continue pressuring, and he does have the bomb tower, so we need to be very careful against the bomb tower, because of course the bomb tower is a great building against the Electro Giant, and we in this case do not have any... we do not have any good spell against it, so there you go. There's the lock, guys. I knew that he was probably gonna have the lock, so that's why I decided to go with the Musketeer. And man, I don't know about this matchup, to be honest. I mean, I guess we have a decent defense, but I don't know, boys. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go with a Musketeer here into the left side lane. He does have a Golem, which in this case we could defend decently well, but especially the Electro Dragon plus Golem combination is gonna kind of be rough, since we don't have any really good card against, yeah, in this case, the Electro Dragon. Okay, let's go with a poison here. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit, then I'm probably gonna go with guards up high just to make sure that the fisherman isn't gonna get that much damage like on the Goblin Cage. And then afterwards we need to be careful with the Electro Dragon. Please tell me... Nah, there's no way. Man, this Electro Dragon from him has been insanely good for him. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it was able to lock onto the tower in the first minute, and then now it was also able to get so much damage in double elixir already. Okay, can we still win though? He has the fisherman, he has a bomb tower, he has Electro Dragon. I think we could still potentially win, but we need to pull off a miracle. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we need to do something crazy here to be able to potentially still win this. Okay, let's go with Electro Giant towards the right side. I'm gonna go with a bomber here towards, or with a Musketeer towards the left side. Let's go with a bomber towards the right side. Let's go with a Goblin Cage, and I guess I'm gonna go with a, let's go with a Demolisher up high. Okay, he does go with this Electro Dragon, which in this case is a pretty good Electro Dragon, I guess. We can go with a poison here defensively to try and take care of it. And then I'm gonna make sure that we have enough elixir for another Electro Giant here. He does have the Magic Archer. Let's go with a bomber at the bridge. But man, I think this is gonna be the first loss of today's video, guys. I don't really know what we could have done different. That's the bad thing, in my opinion, about triple draft. Like, there's just some drafts. Like, in my opinion, our deck, if you look at our deck, it looked very solid. But then the matchup, in my opinion, was just really not it. Like, the Electro Dragon, we didn't have any spell. Should we pick Rocket in that situation? I mean, honestly, I guess I could have maybe picked Rocket, but then the Rocket wouldn't really have helped either against, for example, the Archers. Magic Archer, I honestly don't know what I could have done different, and his deck looks super solid as well. I guess it is what it is. See you guys soon with game number 4. Okay guys, hopping into the last match of today's video. Man, after seeing, or after playing the last match, I'm kind of tempted to pick the Rocket, but in my opinion, overall spell, like the overall like more solid spell, is definitely still gonna go poison. So I'm gonna go poison, but please don't put me up against Electro Dragon, because that Electro Dragon is gonna give me nightmares tonight. Okay, let's go with a Ghost here. I think Ghost is a very yeah, solid card in general. Looks like we can pick Demolisher, Magic Archer. Magic Archer is really fun and solid, so let's go with a Magic Archer, and I guess I'm gonna go maybe Goblin Drill here. I feel like with the deck, like how our deck is looking so far, Goblin Drill does make sense. We kind of have a quick cycle deck, poison. We could get a drill going there. Okay, Electro Wizard, Musketeer, or Mega Minion. I guess I'm gonna go for Ewiz. Ewiz kind of nice in these type of decks, and looks like he has a, or we can pick. Okay, he could potentially have another Electro Dragon, guys. Man, there's no way that we're gonna face Electro Dragon again. That will be kind of sad, but I guess it's fine. Okay, let's see here. Goblin Curse, Snowball, or Delivery. I guess I'm gonna go for Delivery, because Electro Dragon does die to Delivery plus Poison, for those who don't know. And then last but not least, I'm gonna pick, I guess, a Giant Skeleton. He could potentially have a P.E.K.K.A, which doesn't, which isn't the best matchup for us if we do have the Giant Skeleton. But I guess it's fine. We have a lot of, yeah, long-range troops, like the Electro Wizard, Flying Machine, Magic Archer, etc, etc. Okay, looks like he goes for the Witch, so that's also another thing very important to keep in mind, by the way, guys. I think I didn't mention it before, but if you guys remember, for example, his options were, I think it was Electro Dragon, Witch, and one more card. So as soon as you see the Witch, you can already kind of tell yourself, okay, if he has the Witch, that's gonna mean that he doesn't have the Electro Dragon. Like, that kind of stuff can also kind of change your game plan during the match, because of course, if you know that he doesn't have the Electro Dragon, we can maybe start using much more troops like together, try to build a big push with, for example, Giant Skeleton plus Flying Machine plus something else, knowing that he will not have the Electro Dragon available to chain on top of all the units like together. Okay, let's go with a Flying Machine here. Let's go with a Delivery as well up high, trying to distract the Knight and the Executioner while the Flying Machine and the Tower are gonna take care of it. And then I'm wondering what wing condition is he gonna have. He did show the X-Bow, so is X-Bow his only win condition, or is he gonna have something else as well as like his second win condition, I guess? So knowing that he has X-Bow, most of the times I think it's gonna be very important to keep the Giant Skeleton cycle. Giant Skeleton, of course, a very tanky unit, and he does indeed have the P.E.K.K.A. as well. Okay, so against P.E.K.K.A, I think most important is gonna be using the range unit. As I said before, we can use the Electro Wizard, and we could potentially even use a Goblin Drill here on defense, which is gonna of course spawn the Goblins and distract the P.E.K.K.A a little bit. Okay, man, I'm not sure about the P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A is gonna be kind of scary, but I think we did defend pretty well there. We had to spend a lot of elixir, not gonna lie. We had to spend Electro Wizard, Drill, and the Poison, but I guess it's fine, especially in single elixir is where it's gonna get scary. In double elixir, I think we should be more, how do you say, like, more comfortable. Okay, let's cycle Flying Machine here towards the left side lane. I'm not really sure what his spell is gonna be. I didn't really pay that much attention to the spells. Honestly, sometimes it's very hard to know all the exact spells, like all the exact options, but the most important ones are definitely gonna be like the win condition, maybe small spell, and then some other important cards in general. Okay, let's go with a Giant Skeleton up high here. We do need to be careful. He does go with his actually, oh wait, what? That's actually amazing. Did you guys see that interaction? What? Okay, that was pretty good for us, I would say. A Magic Archer got a lot of value. In the meantime, we can go with a Flying Machine here up high to start deepest down the P.E.K.K.A slowly but surely. And then I think we should be able to defend this, very easily with a Delivery. We can go with another Magic Archer towards the left side. And then also we'll be able to help defend the P.E.K.K.A. And let's go with a Giant Skeleton here to be able to distract the Exi and the Witch as well. Okay, nice. So the fact that he has arrows is amazing for us because we have Magic Archer, we have Flying Machine. We have so many cards which he kind of needs, for example, Fireball or something else for. And he didn't show any big spell yet. Okay, let's go with once again a Goblin Drill. Let's then cycle Flying Machine in the back. And then the good thing, even if he does have a Fireball, or even if he does have a really good answer, we have like a good amount of synergy cards. Like what I'm trying to say is that even if he has Fireball, he Fireballs the Flying Machine. We can then maybe get a lot of value from the Magic Archer. If he Fireballs the Magic Archer, we can then get value from the Flying Machine. Also try to kind of think about some cards which have very good synergy together, if that makes sense. Okay, looks like he does go for the P.E.K.K.A. In the meantime, the Goblin Drill is gonna get a lot of damage. Look at the Goblin Drill, man, that's gonna get so much damage. Down to 1392 HP already. And let's in the meantime go with a Flying Machine here to get DPS down the P.E.K.K.A. Let's go with a Poison defensively. And I could even go with a Delivery just to make sure that we don't have to worry about anything. Look at that combination, Poison plus Delivery, cleaning up everything perfectly. In the meantime, I'm gonna go with a Giant Skeleton. And I guess I'm gonna go with a Ghost like this just to get directly attack the X-Bow. Nice. Okay, so looking very good actually. I mean, honestly, even if we don't get any more damage, I think he's never gonna break through our defense. Like, we have such a solid defense. We are, of course, gonna continue pressuring. I do not want him to build like an amazing push. But even if he does, we have Poison, we have Delivery. Like, I don't think he will be able to make a push which can break through our defense. Okay, let's go with a Delivery here. In the meantime, the Magic Archer, the Flying Machine. And all those cards are getting so much value. Let's go with another Flying Machine here. Let's have the Magic Archer ready once again offensively. And I think this should be pretty much good game already. 300 HP left on his left side tower. Let's in the meantime go with a Poison. Let's go with a Ghost here just to make sure that the X-Bow is not gonna lock onto the tower. Let's go with another Goblin Drill. And at this point, all we need to do is just cycle back to get another Poison. Okay, let's go with a Flying Machine, let's go with Delivery, let's go with a Poison as soon as we have the Elixir, and that's gonna be it for today's video. I would say that we played really well. I think that all the drafts, even the one draft that we lost, was very solid. Sometimes in this game mode, it can be a little bit random, like sometimes there's not really much you can do. Make sure whenever something like that happens, like we just had, don't tilt, like don't stress about it, just play, like normal, like how do you say that, like try to not stress after losing, because if you stress, if you tilt, you're just gonna end up playing worse. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to smack the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care guys.